U.S. forum. If China prohibits the U.S. from joining the Chinese space station, the U.S. has the right to shoot it down. When this question is asked by the American netizen, it is difficult to judge whether it is just the talk of a keyboard warrior or the real thoughts hidden in the hearts of some Americans. This is not the nonsense of an unknown person, but a popular question on the American version of Zhihu. The protagonist of this question is China's independently developed space station Tiangong. This can be help. This can't help but remind people of the Wolf Amendment passed by the U.S. Congress in 2011, which directly excluded Chinese astronauts. At that time, the United States probably never imagined that the situation would change. In just 10 years, the former little brother has grown into a space force that cannot be ignored. International Space Station back in the 1990s, the smoke of the Cold War had just dissipated, and the world was in a delicate, delicate reshaping period. The United States, a superpower that had just won the space race, couldn't wait to turn space into its own backyard. Although China started late in the aerospace industry at that time, it was eager to participate in this space feast. However, when China applied to join the International Space Station, it was ruthlessly rejected by the United States. China didn't apply in advance, and preventing the leakage of space technology, the Americans found various high-sounding reasons to try to cover up their real purpose, to exclude China from the development of space technology and maintain their absolute hegemony in the space field. In 1993, at the call of the United States, the International Space Station project was officially launched. Russia, Japan, Canada, and many European countries joined in the build this target largest space cooperation project in human history. However, behind this seemingly international cooperation lies the unquestionable leadership of the United States. From project planning to technical standards, and the United States firmly holds the leading power, and other countries are more like being invited to work. Breaking down the barrier of blockade. Faced with blockade and suppression by the United States, China didn't choose to compromise, but instead firmly embarked on the path of independent research and development. Since the United States won't let the US get on their car, then we will build our one ourselves. China's manned space program was officially launched in 1992. From designing, drawing to parts manufacturing, from ground testing to space docking, Chinese astronauts took one step at a time, overcame numerous technical difficulties, and finally built their own space home. American anxiety as China's space station rises, the United States has to face embarrassing reality. The former space overlord now has to worry about space rental housing. Due to long-term use and lack of maintenance, the International Space Station has entered its old age, with various technical failures occurred frequently, and even the life of astronauts are threatened. In 2021, the United States announced that it would retire the International Space Station in 2030. Russia is even more pessimistic, believing that it may have to retire early in 2028. However, in the race of United States goodwill, China don't easily agree. The shadow of the Wall Amendment still lingers, and the United States has never stopped its blockade and suppression of China's space technology. China is well aware that only by adhering to independence can it truly take the initiative in space exploration. In 2018, the China Manned Space Engineering Office and the United Nations issued a joint announcement inviting countries around the world to participate in the international cooperation project of China's space station. As soon as the news came out, it immediately attracted global attention, and 42 project applications from 27 countries came in. The failure of the American project to be selected only reflects on lack of strength and cannot be blamed on others. The Tiangong is not the set of detective Chinatown, and there is no need for temporary partners here. The Chinese space station is a space laboratory belonging to all mankind, but the promise is that you have to show enough sincerity and strength. In December 2020, the Chang'e 5 probe successfully returned to Earth with lunar soil, a local product from the moon. This is the first time humans have obtained lunar samples in more than 40 years. More importantly, the lunar soil comes from the far side of the moon, an area that human never set foot on. China immediately announced that it would share the result of lunar soil research with countries around the world and jointly promote human understanding of the moon and space. As soon as the news came out, the United States immediately showed a great interest, hoping to obtain the lunar soil samples shared by China. However, China poured cold water on the United States, reminding them not to forget the existence of wolf clause. The Wolf Amendment explicitly prohibits NASA from conducting any form of cooperation with China. Now that the United States wants to share China's aerospace scientific research results, isn't this a contradiction? China's space station Tiangong has opened its door to the world. In the future, we hope that more countries will join this common space exploration journey of mankind with sincerity and leadership.